On the day of my husband Lucas's 30th birthday, I prepared a huge surprise for him, but what he gave me in return was a loyalty test that cost my child's life. This is not the first time that Natalie, the woman who's become a forbidden love to Lucas, has used such despicable means to test my loyalty. Only this time, I sacrificed the child in my womb, who had yet to take a single glance at the world. The moment I lost my child, the clock struck 0, and sure enough, I received a call from Lucas.
Have you lost your mind? They are just a few small-time thugs.
You clearly can beat them, so why didn't you resist?
Natalie went a bit overboard with this test, but she's just being temperamental. You didn't have to refuse to fight back just because you're mad at her. It's a good thing she's kind-hearted and held back a bit, stopping these people in time. Otherwise, the consequences would have been unimaginable.
I listened to Natalie's sweet, teasing voice on the phone, begging him to go out for drinks, and my heart shattered into pieces. He had no idea I could no longer fight anyone. Half a year ago, Natalie poisoned him with a deadly, incurable toxin. I risked my life to save him, dragging him back from the brink of death. But my body was completely ruined, all my strength gone forever. Now, I don't even have the strength to protect my own child. If this is my fate, I don't accept it. I was awakened by a strong sense of suffocation. Suddenly opening my eyes, I saw Natalie with a ferocious expression, gripping my neck tightly, while Lucas stood by the bedside, watching coldly, without any intention of stopping her.
Lucas, look at her! I told you she was just faking being dizzy, and you didn't believe me. She even scratched me!
Natalie flung herself into Lucas's arms, wailing and pretending to be a victim. Lucas lowered his head to carefully examine the faint red scratch mark on Natalie's hand. His face immediately darkened, and his eyes gathered storm clouds, completely ignoring me, who was curled up on the side.
Elena, have you had enough? Even if you're throwing a fit, there should be a limit. You're just faking sick to get my attention, aren't you? I can ignore the text you sent. I can let the fake sickness go. But you not only fainted, you just scratched Natalie.
Every word from Lucas was like a poisoned knife, piercing deeply into my heart. Not long ago, there was a fresh and beating little life inside. And now, the father of that child was forcing me to apologize to the murderer who had killed his child.
No need. Let's get a divorce.
Enough. Stop joking around. My patience is limited. Apologize to Natalie immediately.
Looking at the man I have loved for a full decade, I am utterly disappointed. I want revenge. Again with those words, apologize to Natalie. Ever since Natalie returned to the country, I'm sorry, had become my daily bread. I remember when Natalie arranged for gang members to kidnap Lucas. To save him, I took 7 bullets. After we escaped, Lucas held my bloodied body, his eyes red with panic. But once my condition stabilized, he said helplessly,
I've told Natalie countless times that you truly love me, but she wouldn't believe it. She insisted on Beltmore test your Ive, but she was just looking out for me. She's been spoiled since childhood and never knows when to stop. Don't hold it against her. Also, Natalie faints at the sight of blood. Your blood scared her. Remember to apologize to her when you're discharged.
Then there was the time Natalie staged a car accident that broke my leg and left me with 8 drunk men. I fought desperately with my broken leg, even breaking my nails in the struggle. Looking at those disgusting faces, I helplessly cried out Lucas's name for the first time. Just as a bottle shattered against my head, Lucas finally appeared and kicked the drunk man away. But not only was I left with a permanent leg disability that ached like ants gnawing at my bones every rainy day, I also developed severe PTSD, spending months in a mental haze. Lucas held me tenderly, repeatedly comforting me.
Natalie insisted on making a bet with me about testing you to measure your loyalty to me. She said only if you maintained your virtue and would rather die than submit could you prove you love me. You know, I've always lost a sense of security. I had people standing nearby, thinking nothing serious could happen, so I let her have her way. But Natalie was exhausted too. When she came to see you 2 days ago, you pushed her down and she sprayed her bank. Once you're stable, go apologize to her.
After each test, they would bring in professional teams to provide me with psychological counseling and suggestion in the name of love. And day after day of psychological counseling and suggestion made me repeatedly say, I'm sorry for those ridiculous reasons. People become desensitized to psychological counseling and suggestion when it happens too often. So this time, I wanted to try a different approach. I struggled to sit up straight. You're very welcome. And said, okay, I apologize. As Natalie approached me, I grabbed the water glass from the table, hurled it at her. Natalie didn't panic, but revealed a triumphant smile. She deliberately fell against me, while a folding knife slipped silently from her sleeve. Before I could react, the cold blade had already pierced my abdomen.